Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. Coming up, not one, not two, but 3 food fights.
Also, is China just showing off with this move?
All that and more on the way next. In China, they just opened up the tallest bridge in the world. Video of this is breaking my brain. I cannot compute. I can't process how high this is.
Yeah.
It's over 2,000 feet above the canyon below where you're driving over.
Yeah. It's absolutely massive, and it is actually, I guess the area where this is, it's in China, and it's in a province where there's lots of mountains and lots of other big, tall bridges. So weirdly enough, they beat themselves with this record because they already had the record for the tallest bridge in the world in the same province. So it's kind of funny how they're just competing with themselves.
Well, it makes sense to me, though, because what they were explaining, the reason that they needed this bridge, it's over a very obviously deep canyon.
Yeah.
And it saves about between an hour and 2 hours because you would have to have gone around.
Yeah.
And I always think about this with big rivers and stuff and you see this in the United States too, if there's a giant river, there's only so many places you can cross.
Yeah.
And so the more frequent you can have crossings over that, the more time you save. And so in this case, if they've got this big canyon that's just stretching from this river for who knows how long, the more tall bridges you can have in more spots, the better it is for everybody.
Right.
But I do wonder if they're building the bridges in the easiest spots that they can, getting progressively harder, progressively harder and higher.
I think that might be the case, but also I think this might just be China showing off a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt this is impressive.
This is very impressive. It looks so cool. If you want to see the video, we can send it to you. Just text into 877-2-RADIO-U. It looks amazing. And it's almost like a mile long. And
it's half a mile high.
Right. It's huge. And so, but yeah, it's a really cool suspension style bridge. So think like Golden Gate Bridge, but way bigger. But yeah, I think they're just competing with themselves. They're showing off a little bit because also they mentioned in this article, this province is sparsely populated, not that many people.
Yeah.
And so it's like the idea that they would save people 2 hours of time to create this bridge, that's great, but it's not like it's in a major city, so they're not exactly, saving a whole lot of people's time. I think this just shows how much money China has.
Yeah.
China's like, we got all this U.S. debt money, let's go ahead and build these bridges.
Maybe people weren't living in the province because it was too hard to get anywhere.
Good point. Now they're like, I will move there because of all these cool bridges now.
Yeah, it almost looks like AI because it's so unbelievable how big it is, and it's so tall, of course, that for many average people, the average American, if we were there, many people would be like, I don't know if I would be too scared. I know people that would never drive on this bridge.
Yeah.
They'd be too frightened because it's too high. They're too scared of heights.
Yeah, I would drive on it just because I have to experience. It's almost like a tourist attraction now.
Yeah.
The Golden Gate Bridge. It's a tourist attraction.
I've driven on some very tall bridges too in the United States. There's the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. It's one of the tallest. That is frightening because it gets so windy and you're over the bay.
Are you moving? It's swaying a little bit.
The bridge doesn't move, but your car does because it's just you're feeling the resistance. Yeah, it gets pretty crazy up there. In the meantime, though, I've watched video of the bridge, but I just see here that there's a video about how they built the bridge.
Ooh.
I know what I'm doing for the next 15 minutes. Yesterday, DoorDash unveiled Dot, its new cute little delivery robot. And for some reason, people hate Dot.
Oh, why?
I think because I guess they see it as taking people's jobs, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but there are people who are promising that are restaurant workers or just people in general that are promising to refuse to work with Dot, the DoorDash delivery robot, or hit Dot with their car or feet or fists or whatever.
Okay. Well, I don't think being anti, AI or robots taking people's jobs makes us then have to go destroy these robots and destroy these little, things that are delivering food.
Well, they got people's food in them, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
Let them have their food.
I don't think we need to do that. But I do think you can, be against these things and give your reasons why, because I think they're probably valid reasons to have, qualms with it.
Sure, yeah. There's also reasons for the average consumer that this is actually a positive.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this is going to make me sound heartless. There's no reason we don't have to, just because delivery driver is a job now doesn't mean that has to be written in stone that it always has to be a job for a person forever for the end of time.
Yeah.
So while I appreciate our delivery drivers, I also like if technology moves on to the point where we don't need delivery drivers for every single delivery, which it has, then that is how the world works. But now let's focus on Dot. They say Dot, the delivery driver robot, can go up to 20 miles an hour and can have quality, secure exchanges between customers and businesses. They're rolling this out in Arizona right now. But of course, the idea would be if this goes well for these neighborhoods in Arizona, then who knows where Dot could wind up next.
Yes, it would expand. And I've actually seen these robots before. If you go to Ohio State University's campus, you will see these little white robots driving around on the sidewalk. And I didn't know what these were at first, but earlier in the year, I was on OSU's campus to go to a comedy show. And the person I was with pointed out those robots. And I was like, yeah, I've always kind of wondered what those were.
Yeah, those are little Waymos, right?
Yeah, they deliver food. And so it's basically exclusive to campus area. Like you're not going to see this all throughout Columbus. So if you have to think about that with this Dot thing as well, this is not going to be everywhere. There's only certain areas where something like this can work, because to make a robot like this possible, you have to have sidewalks. You have to have places where the robot can go pick up the food and then take the food to
Everything
people.
has to be densely packed enough.
Yeah, it needs to be in cities.
Again, the robot can only go 20 miles an hour, so it's maybe not even as effective as a bike messenger. So it'd have to be very, very small spaces.
Yeah.
But people acting like this is brand new too. Those Waymos are all over LA.
Yeah, they've been
and
around
at many
for a long
college
time.
campuses. So yeah, it's and people got used to them, and they still do crazy things because they're robots. So sometimes they'll just get stuck and whatever, and that's what happens. But for the most part, they just work, and I'm sure Dot will just work, and it's cute. It looks fun.
Yeah, I mean, they did make it quite adorable. It's almost like a little, like a Volkswagen Bug, almost.
It's like that's what I was thinking. Either a Volkswagen Bug or like a grill.
A grill?
Doesn't it look like one of those the shiny charcoal grills?
Oh yeah. Almost like that.
It's adorable, and I have no desire to hit it with my car.
No.
Unlike everybody else seems to online.
People, you need to calm down.
State park and wildlife officials have confirmed that they've received credible photographic evidence of an alligator at Belle Isle Park in Michigan.
Oh, no.
Are you familiar with Belle Isle?
I am not.
This is the island, one of the islands that's in the Detroit River, right between Detroit and Canada.
Okay.
There's an alligator there.
Oh, boy.
How? How is there an alligator there?
I don't know.
That is concerning. I guess the logical explanation is not that an alligator went all the way from Florida or somewhere in the South all the way up to Michigan, but more likely that somebody just had an alligator and set it free?
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
But where did they get that alligator?
I don't know. That's a good question.
And why are they releasing it into the wild?
Right. Why are they releasing it in Detroit, like in Michigan?
Yeah.
Also, because I feel like, alligators are reptiles. They do better in warmer weather. Mm-hmm. It's not setting that alligator up for success.
I think this has to be, it's not unheard of to have a pet alligator.
Sure.
People have pet alligators. There's Wally, the emotional support alligator, very noteworthy online. So you can have an alligator. But then if you are somebody who is, it wouldn't be surprising. You think pet alligator, that'd be cool. You get it. Then it's chomping at you. It's ripped your arm off. And you're like, this is too much for me to handle, especially now I only have one arm to deal with it. So I've got to get rid of it. But I can't drive all the way to a southern climate to help this out, to put it back in its natural environment because I only have one arm. So I've got to let it go somewhere. And so I'll just take it to a state park. It'll be happy there. There's water. It's an island, not very populated. It's mostly just for people to visit. And so it'll be happy there.
Yeah, I think this alligator is going to need to get moved.
And also, if it's not happy there, it ripped my arm off. So what do I care?
I mean, if an alligator that you have as a pet rips your arm off, I'm sorry. The only option we have is to put that alligator down.
They were, they were trying to be humane.
Yeah.
They're like, take it to Belle Isle Park, of course.
Well, the humane thing to do would be to put it down so it doesn't rip anyone else's arms off.
They at least want to give it a chance at life. To eat the seagulls at Belle Isle Park instead of arms of people.
That's taking a risky gamble there, don't you think?
If the alligator rips your arm off, it's just doing what alligators do. You can't put it down for that.
I mean,
it didn't ask to be in your house in Michigan.
That is true. That is absolutely true, which is why I would never have an alligator in my home. But yeah, if an alligator rips somebody's arm off, I think we're just going to have to say, so long, alligator.
I'm going to be interested to follow this story to see what happens to the alligator of Belle Isle.
Right. They're going to have to remove it, right? Like, they can't just let it stay there.
If they can catch it.
Yeah,
they're going to have to call somebody.
Yeah, they're going to have to call Robert Irwin?
Yeah, I guess I was going to say the ghost of Steve Irwin. So.
Oh, no. Robert Irwin, he can come and do it.
He's too busy dancing. I wish I could donate a feeling to Radio U.
Donate a feeling?
Yeah, because I feel like $1 million.
Are you hooked on a feeling?
Yeah, I am hooked on this feeling. I never want to let it go. I feel like $1 million because the Boston Red Sox won against the New York Yankees last night. And it was such a satisfying win, too. The type of win that, to me, as a Red Sox fan, I feel like we almost got away with something. And to the Yankees, it has to be so defeating.
Oh, 100%. This was an awesome game. I watched it up until the point of basically Boston having the lead, and it just felt like the inevitable was going to happen, which was Boston was going to win this game. I feel like, and I texted you this last night during the game, they executed their plan to perfection. Their plan was outlast Max Fried, just deal with Max Fried being an amazing pitcher, and as soon as he's out of the game, go ahead and wreak havoc.
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
Yeah. They for the Yankees, it has to be so frustrating, and for Max Fried even as the pitcher, he's their ace. He went 6 1/3 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 6 strikeouts. He pitched great.
He did.
But the Yankees bullpen, if you follow baseball, you know this, is absolute garbage.
Yes,
it
so
is
bad.
Complete trash. And so the Red Sox only allowed 1 run. Garrett Crochet for the Red Sox, their ace, Cy Young contender, also pitched a great game.
Yes.
He did allow a solo home run to Anthony Volpe, of all people, on the Yankees. But that was his only blemish, his only mistake. And so he kept them in check. The Red Sox were only down 1 run the entire game, and then they got to the Yankees bullpen, and then they were able to put some runs together and escape with a 3-1 win.
Yeah, it was perfect. Like I said, they executed their plan to perfection. I think Alex Cora knew, we're not going to get to Fried. The numbers Fried had against the Red Sox this year the Red Sox were just abysmal against him all year long. And so they knew that was not their guy, but as soon as they got to the bullpen, they would be okay. Because if you know, Max Fried is not a strikeout pitcher. He plays to contact. And so you knew that his pitch count was going to get too high for them to stay in the game the whole time. He wasn't going to make it all 9 innings.
Yeah.
So eventually that bullpen was going to have to come in, and they were going to have to try and hold on to a 1-run lead lead, which just it wasn't big enough.
It's not enough. Yeah. When the Yankees can't count on their bats, they're in trouble. And that means they're on the ropes today. They go up against the Red Sox, have Brian Bello pitching, who has a career ERA against the Yankees that's around 2. So
I thought it was Bayo.
I've heard it both ways.
Okay.
So the Red Sox have to be feeling good today. And then even if they wind up losing today, of course, then you get a game 3 to decide it all.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm surprised you have a smile on your face today because the Guardians lost to the Tigers.
They did. I was really sad. But hey, we knew that of this series, the toughest game would be the one against Tarek Skubal. We had escaped 2 Tarek Skubal games in the past 2 series that we played them in September where we won both of those games. But our numbers against Tarek were always bad. And he's going to win another Cy Young. He's an amazing pitcher. He fanned 14 in that game. 14. But guess what? They don't have Tarek on the Skubal on the mound for the rest of this series. So Guardians back against the wall. Let's see what you can do.
Yeah. The Guardians, let's just say they faced a little adversity earlier this season and managed to overcome it, and being down 15 games in the division.
Right, and they have their best pitcher going in this game. And also, it wasn't like they got absolutely destroyed by Detroit. They lost by 1 run and had a chance to tie it because Jose Ramirez was on third in the bottom of the 9th with no outs, and they just couldn't get him in.
But that's the kind of thing, to me, that feels the same way the Yankees. You had Tarek Skubal on the mound going against you. You had a chance to win the game in the 9th. It was on third with no outs, right?
Third with no outs.
And you can't punch him in.
Yeah, no, not even a sacrifice bunt, sacrifice fly.
I know. What are you
mad.
doing? So that's very, to me, I would feel very downtrodden if the Red Sox had that similar situation.
Well, I mean, Detroit scored their 2 runs on errors, so I'm not really taking their win as like fully like they're back.
They only got to win once now.
That's true.
On the menu today on this Food Fight Wednesday is the new Doritos Stranger Things Collisions.
Oh, yeah.
Stranger Pizza and Cool Ranch together. NayNay has joined us on Food Fight Wednesday.
This is cool.
So this is 2 flavors of Doritos in the same bag.
Wow. I like this.
And obviously the Cool Ranch are not new. That's a classic Dorito flavor. But the Stranger Pizza is a new flavor. Or at least not something that they normally have. I think they've done some kind of pizza in the past.
I feel like I've heard of that too. So, yeah, I think you're right about that.
I'm kind of rocking with this right now. I was really afraid y'all about to sit me down for something spicy.
No, we wouldn't do that to you.
I mean, we have in the past.
You have multiple times in the past.
We wouldn't do that to you again.
Again.
All right, so it's a mixture of 2. I feel like looking at each of these chips, you can tell which one is the Cool Ranch and which one is the Stranger Things pizza. Yeah. But you know what?
And you kind of, I think you got to eat
trying first.
One. Well, we know what the ranch tastes like, right?
Okay, so the pizza.
So let's try the pizza.
The pizza.
All right, everybody on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We didn't even need the crunch sound effect. It was already crunchy.
This is so crazy.
It tastes like pizza.
It really does taste like pizza.
You can definitely taste the marinara.
Mm-hmm. And they really smell like pizza, too.
They do. As soon as you opened the bag, it was like pizza.
Now, I want to try. Do you guys ever put ranch on your pizza?
No. Ew.
I think I've had a veggie pizza with ranch as the sauce.
Why on earth would anyone ever do that?
It's so
You don't
good.
like ranch?
No!
Ranch
You don't like ranch dressing?
When I was 9 years old,
Oh boy, here we go.
I opened up a bottle of ranch dressing, but was having trouble doing it. And so I looked directly to the top of the bottle and squeezed it into my eyes.
Oh.
And therefore, I will never eat ranch
That's not the
again.
ranch's
He's been
fault.
traumatized
Yeah.
because he didn't know how to use a ranch bottle.
I kind of thought he told that story before and it was mayonnaise.
It just changes based off of a condiment.
Yeah,
It changes
everything
each time.
except ketchup.
He's like, Tabasco sauce did this to me.
Ouch.
Barbecue sauce did this
Yeah.
to me.
But okay, anyways, I love ranch on pizza. Every pizza doesn't need ranch, but ranch on, like dipping your pizza in ranch is really good. I want to try them together.
Okay, try it.
You got to, right?
Do it.
This is really good. Y'all gotta pass that bag of chips. This is delicious.
I mean, you can have
It's
the
so
rest.
good together.
Yay!
It's so good together.
Allie, why do you have peanut M&Ms in your cup?
That was our other food fight.
we
didn't get a new cup.
Someone didn't like the other food fight.
No, here's an update for everybody. If you haven't tuned in so far, we've had a food fight every hour this morning because it's Food Fight Wednesday here at the RadioU Fall Fundraiser, which means every donation, any amount, gets you entered to win your very own food fight with Hudson and I. So that's why there's peanut M&Ms in the bottom of that cup.
I'm really loving this.
I mean, I think NayNay is just going to eat the whole bag.
Yeah, he is going to take these.
Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.